Hey everybody, it's Julie. Thanks for joining me today for another Bible journaling process video. Here we are using the September Faith Art Box from Creative Retreat Kits, and I have just loved the theme of this month. And I'm actually going to be using the devotional card, the title element, here for my page. I'm also journaling here in Isaiah chapter 40, verses 29 through 31. Just to begin, we're starting off with some string. And what inspired me was the devotional backing, all of that texture. It kind of looks like string and circles. So I took some string, and I just have a ball of white string, and I am giving it some color by sponging it with my Distress Oxide Ink Worn Lipstick. This is my favorite color because it's pink, and you know how I love pink. So I'm just sponging it with the blending tool and getting some color on it, just moving it all around. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out that title element, and then using the same ink that I have on the blending tool, I'm going to sponge those edges. I cut real close around the edges, and I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to cover the particular verses 29 through 31, and I'll talk about those verses in just a little bit, but I want to keep those clean. And I'm going to sponge all around them on the page, just kind of in this bottom left-hand corner. I'm going to keep my color down here. And so I'm sponging and blending some of this Distress Oxide down here. Now what you don't see is right there, I just spritzed it with some water, just my water bottle. And then I dried that. The Distress Oxides activate with water. And now I just layered it some more with some of that Distress Oxide ink. I'm just kind of smushing some of that. So I'm getting some layers of that ink down, and you can see the effect that it has. It gets some layers of color. It's just this mottled effect. It's a really cool textured look. And I'm, again, just keeping it in the bottom left-hand corner. I do not have this page prepped. It does bleed through where the water, where it was most wet. So just be aware of that. Now what I'm doing, of stamp sets from previous kits, from the December and the February kits, and I have those linked in the description box. I've put both of those, well, it's actually 3 different stamps, and I've put them on a block, and I'm stamping them with the Quiet Yellow ink pad, and they're kind of spraying out, just flying out of this pink area. Now I'm going to add some texture stamp with, this came from the June Faith Art Box. So I wanted to pull out some stamps that you may have if you've been getting the Faith Art Boxes for a while. So I started just with some black ink. That was my Illustrated Faith Pigment Ink Black Eyed Pea, which is a pretty light black ink. And now I'm using the Cracked Pistachio. And there are 2 different texture stamps. This is from the June Faith Art Box. Again, I'll have all of these products linked in the description box. I'm just adding some of this texture around the page. So keep those, well, what I did is I kept those together, kind of overlapped them with the colors, the black and the Cracked Pistachio. So now I'm going to fiddle with this string and try to get that a little bit the way I want it to. I'm going to layer that, and then my title element right there. Now that little border piece, I actually cut that out from one of my previous projects. That is one of the stamps from this kit from the September Faith Art Box, and I had not used it yet, so I thought I might play around with it here, see if I wanted to use it. So I'm going to add my stickers. Now let me go ahead and read this passage here. It's from Isaiah chapter 40, verses 29 through 31. And it says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. You know, guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, I am so weary. I'm so weak these days. My job has taken a new role, And this whole year, ever since my accident in January and my arm, and now I've discovered that I still have um, my shoulder has been injured too from my injury. So I've just had all kinds of problems this year, and it's just been a rough year for me. So I am so weary, I'm so tired, and I feel like I'm falling, I feel like I'm fainting, and I feel like I'm just, I'm so weak. But that's exactly where God wants me, because it's in my weakness that I can truly and utterly depend on Him. Unless I completely turn to God, and unless I realize how dependent I am on Him, I can't be made strong in His strength. I'm just going to fail and fall. That's what Satan wants from us. He wants us to depend on our own strength, but we don't have it. We don't have any strength in and of ourselves. So it's only in Him, and it's only in our weakness that He can make us strong. So this passage, He gives power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increases strength. So I just really claimed this verse this past week. I loved it. I just loved it, guys, and I pray that it will be a powerful verse for you too. In my weakness is your perfect strength. That's the title that I put down here. So I added some stickers. I added the hearts. I added that banner piece was actually also from the February kit. I had a leftover banner piece. I'm adding some extra elements, some extra word fetty stickers. Down in the bottom there it says hope, and I'm going to write in you, because that's what it's talking about. They that wait upon the Lord, they that hope. Their waiting means to hope in the Lord. So my hope is in the Lord, and that's how I am made perfect. I'm outlining the different elements just to make them pop out on the page. I outlined the verse. I'm going to do my journaling off screen. I added a bow at the top, added a little bit of washi tape, and here I'm going to stamp my date. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments, I am going to do a little bit of splatter painting. I tend to do that. But if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section, and I will be sure to check those. Check the blog posts that I have linked in the description box, and also check out all the other blogs and the videos that the other gals on the design team have posted for this kit. And be sure to check also the Insiders Facebook group. There is a free printable that goes along with this month's kit, and I'll have that linked. So there are just so many wonderful resources that you have available, and so many wonderful resources that God has given to us, and namely His perfect strength. So I challenge you today, and I just encourage you today to be weak in Him, and that's how He makes you strong. Thanks, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.